Moviendo las caderas, 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 moviendo las caderas. A la derecha, a la izquierda, a la derecha, a la izquierda, a la derecha, a la izquierda.
Growing up, I should mention that 5, 6 years old, when I watched the TV, and even now when you watch the A Latino channel, you will see that most of the women are voluptuous, and the cleavage is shown, and even the weather girls wear these very tight and short dresses, and they look very sexy.
Like, we're just portrayed in a very provocative way. We shouldn't be portrayed as very lustful people. We do have respect for ourselves.
A Latina female sees sexy as brain and beauty. A sexy Latina, to be sexy in our culture, is to be curvy, voluptuous, and to have a lot of confidence.
Not fit into the sexy Latina stereotype. I feel like everyone thinks it's all about the big boobs and the big butt, and people just really think of us as just being like pretty much like airheads and think that we have like no intelligent side of us. And I feel it always kind of puts me down a little bit, because I feel like I have to go the extra mile to just prove to people that it's just I'm an actual person. I actually know things, like I know how to speak in a certain way to certain people, and people just always look down straight to my body and be like, oh, she has this, maybe that's good for her, that's what she uses to get ahead in life, but they don't really think of like the person that you are inside. So no, I think I do not. A few years ago, I actually was applying to a volunteer job to work with kids in a daycare, and it turns out that I was one of the only Latinas there, along with a lot of other Caucasians there, and we were all applying for the same job and position in there. And it turns out that they actually had me bring in 2 extra letters of recommendation because I had said in my resume that I was a Latina. I was actually told before my interview that I wasn't supposed to get the job because I was a Latina, and they were afraid of what the parents would think because of the community that they were in. My role model would have to be Frida Kahlo. She always managed to bend the rules and break the rules, and at the time that she was alive and becoming a really big painter, there were rules like women couldn't smoke, women couldn't drink, women couldn't sleep with whoever they wanted, and she did all 3. She had no care in the world as to what people thought about her, and she was proud to be who she was. She was proud to be a Mexican woman.
As you see, I'm not, slim and all that stuff. When I go visit my grandma, one of the things that she always comes at me with is that I have bigger calves than her, bigger thighs than her, that they're even probably bigger than my mom's. My mom was super thin when she was younger. So I guess with me, it's just like, she still loves me, but it's just like, it still hurts the fact that those comments are said. So when I was in middle school, there was this guy that he was like, oh, that for Halloween that I should dress up as a tomato, and that kind of really hurt my feelings because I understand that I'm fat. You don't have to remind me every time, like I see it when I wake up in the morning. I did get bullied a lot and things like that. I still could be gracious that I had my best friends that were true to me, my family that was true to me, the people that really love me for me and not for the way I look.
The one thing I hate the most was being compared to, and the whole comparison came from all these TV shows and like the Hispanic channels, that they had like the perfect body, the perfect thigh, cadera and all that. And then I've always been chubby, and I feel like that's very unfair, because then that comes into kind of mess up your whole self-esteem as like who you are, and then it makes me feel like I have to change my ways.
This is the one I think I'm gonna wear. It fits. The stuff is from last year. I don't want to have a mom look. I don't want to have a sexy mom look. I I was chubby as a youth. So in my teens, I did everything possible to like fit that stereotype and lost a lot of weight and, you know, looked what would be sexy in our culture. So I didn't have any problems with my self-esteem or confidence. Now, as I got older, I've because of weight fluctuation and because of life, because of 3 children, yes, there's been moments where you feel a certain type of way as a woman, but again, as a woman, and to fit a Latino stereotype as in sexy, well, yeah, I would have to, in my eyes, lose a few pounds, but keep the curves. But insecurity does hit once in a while. When I was raised, beauty was more emphasized. So because of that, to be the, I don't know, oddball or the odd man out, in my home, my sister and I chose brains over beauty, even though, you know, like I'd rather have a natural look. But, you know, growing up, of course, you wear your makeup and everything, you try to look beautiful, but we valued brains over beauty. We have Latina role models, regular people. They would be like the superintendent at my district. She's a role model of mine. I mean, she doesn't know it, but I strive to one day be able to change education and be up there with these people that have the power to do so.
I feel like us Latin women, we're very passionate in what we want, and you know, we go for it, but we know how to remain humble because we learn from our experiences.
We are
Beautiful
and
intelligent
Latina women.